Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad bin Saidin, student ID 2020.5 when AC02.0003 in the Bachelor of Security Enforcement in Management program. The tally of my full presentation on the use of drones. First, 1.0, how made the R2D2 drone influence employer behavior. Do you think that will cause people to act more risk ethically? Why? The employment of drones in weapon force the international community to reconsider security and cybersecurity strategy and technique. In reality, the commercial use of drone or unmanned aerial vessel has the potential to revolution various sectors. Drones, for example, have long been used for aerial or playmaking purposes. However, if it is introduced with the goal of isolating, murdering, or waging war, it poses the threat to national security. As a result, the introduction of drone contradicts established conception of security, defense, privacy, house ownership, responsibility, and regulation. However, the use of drone technology as a surveillance equipment is hampered by preconception, and commercial use is condemned by people and activities. The Rayo Malaysia Police (PDRM) has put restriction on the use of drone in 4 locations, excluding the I-Sphere of Istana Negara, Putrajaya, Parliamentary Constituencies, and KLCC took a Facebook post. Flying a drone can also compromise public safety by jeopardizing flight operation and safety. It also infringe on public privacy by encroaching on airspace. the Department of Civil Aviation Malaysia (DCA) issued a warning that flying drones near airport areas is a violation of the Civil Aviation Act 1969. But the most of drones can also lead to the occurrence of situation in invasion of privacy rights when used record video or picture without permission. The DCA requests every drone racing to apply permission to that the drone flight can be monitored in terms of the distance in altitude so as not endanger the airspace. However, there is no denying that there are many benefits to the gained from the use of remote control aircraft, especially during flood. Use of drones for commercial purposes, we found to always comply with the rules set by the DCA compared to those who use drone as a hobby, which has least close about the rules of use the UAV. The phenomenon of drones, music, which can also be a threat and impact to the country, must be taken into account in making policies and decisions related to national security and defense. 2.0. How should get the drone essentially? How can you justify your decision? Essentially, what restriction for use shall these people be given, and how do you think employers, both those how get drawn and those how done will raise to this change? Companies that are working on drone initiative, such as Airborne data collection, will be researching for drone pilot to fill job openings. The first thing corporation will do is determine whether you are qualified for the position. Of course, they will have a number of ways for evaluation. Here are some questions that may have to select which drone pilot operation to hire. And one, do you have any qualification that enable you to fly commercial drones? Where businesses posing this question, the operation a drone in other nation, you must be certified, but not in Malaysia. However, as a responsible drone pilot, you must ensure that your drone is used operationally and responsible. You must also cooperate and follow Malaysian regulation regarding drone limits, as well as the permission request to apply for particular employment. And two, what prior experience as a drone operation do you have that qualifies you for the project? When deploying drone to perform aerial work in the project, any project, it's critical that the corporation conduct the appropriate survey to ensure the project success in safety. That is why you must ensure that you are capable for meeting the company inquiry project requirement. Sure, some simple to period code work among them of even gain previous client reflection. And three, do you undertake risk assessment for aircraft safety? Before every commercial drone flight, it is critical that the drone pilot is well prepared to mitigate any possible danger. That must be completed before to flying to ensure the safety for the drone pilot. Give example of assessment you done for part job or pilot. Qualified drone pilot will be able to do risk check and hazard from the perspective for the drone operator. And four and last, what equipment do you use familiar way? The main reason company ask this question is to make sure that you are familiar with the company equipment, or if you own equipment to deliver the result the project request. For example, if a project request aerial mapping, do you have the necessary aerial mapping equipment to be submitted to the company specific need? Today, it is not just cartography that needs to product made. Civil engineer, uh, farm farmer, mania, land agents, and more use drone generated aerial maps to increase productivity and business efficiency. Okay, thank you for me.